Okay, guys, so we're back with some more Chaos Zero Nightmare. We got to get into an account update, all right? So obviously, we've been trucking along, power pushing since the release of the game, and I wanted to kind of give you guys some foresight on really just talk about some of the things that I really feel like has been helping me, and not just so much about character investment, but actual things within the dungeons and the Ark City, etc., right? And even just talking about the gacha and some other elements too. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Starting out with my character investment, as you guys can see, and let's just put this at level real quick so you guys can see all my units that I've leveled. Right now we have 6 characters at level 50. We got 1 at level 40. Yeah, there's a ton of mats, and I still got EXP. I still got units to spend, which is like, you know, equivalent of gold. And even with me, like, you know, going along as we've been going with each login day, getting some, you know, those free to play, or really it's like the yellow pools, which are like the standard banner pools. I've been using those, like, actually only those. I haven't touched the like exclusive banner for like Haru. I've only been using those, and this is what my account has fleshed out to. Like, even today I actually got a copy of Veronica. Pretty excited to actually work on her. Let me know if any of you guys are playing her. Are you enjoying her at all? Because like I said, still have to go through her kit. Maybe do something with her and maybe try like an off meta build. That's really what I'm actually trying to do with all my characters, is kind of seeing like what off meta thing can I do, like figuring out what the core thing is they do, but then figuring out another way to play them. And that's kind of like what I presented you guys with the Ren build. I'm kind of doing that with Hugo as well. And you know, so on and so forth. But despite all of that, right, I'm not really here to brag about my gacha luck. It's just the fact that, like, I think one of the things that I was like really concerned about, is still kind of am, is like, obviously there being a 50-50, there's a lot of different things that they can do, you know, as the game like lifespan continues on. But I will say one of the things that has been really reassuring is just the simple fact that the characters just have a pretty fine streamline and just being really usable or really good. Even if you got something that maybe you didn't want so much, it's like if you had to, you could still build that character to do something. And I think also too, in conjunction to that, it's like getting dupes doesn't really hurt, because even getting dupes for some of these characters, like, my god, dude, like the manifest ego for some of these characters are just absolutely insane. So granted, right now I'm technically like just been trucking along free to play. I haven't like I said, I haven't put any money into the game yet. That's something that I definitely will say, like, and I'm not saying that to brag. If you want to spend money on the game, absolutely spend money in the game. I definitely think that they deserve it for all the hard work that they've been doing with the game. But it's just the point that like this game is extremely free to play accessible. You know, I'm not bottlenecked because I don't have a certain piece of gear. I'm not bottlenecked because I don't have a certain piece of equipment. Like it's so many different things that you can do. Now, there was also one thing that like somebody was pointing out to me too, to like talking about one of my Ren builds, and I was like laughing because here's the thing, right? Like some people are like looking and they'll see you do things and they're like, oh, well, you should do it this way. The irony is that of course we're still playing a gacha game. So if we go over to, I think it's in my partners, right? I'm actually missing, I guess, what they would consider to be, and let's actually go to the collection. I'm actually missing what they would consider to be the best in slot, like free to play option for what's her name, for Ren. I think it's actually, where's she at? Is it Lillian? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think this is RNG at its finest. So like, even if I wanted to, I know some dude was like super tilted because he was like, you could just use her. I'm like, bro, I wish. Like, so this is why, guys, we got to be kinder to each other, man, because you know, like, again, and this is just also proving that point. Even with quote unquote the free to play best in slot, I'm still playing it with a whole nother card that honestly works just fine, right? So it just kind of, again, keeps reiterating and killing the fact that you have to have this specific thing, or if you're not playing this way, then you just can't do something. So, you know, that's one of the things I've really been enjoying. Now, outside of that, let me actually show you guys my partners real quick to talk about that. So I did get lucky. Okay. I will say again, I did actually do and put some pulls into the rescue banner, the general one. I did end up actually getting Noelle. Noelle just so happens to be really nice to have for Orlia. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So I was already working on her anyway. And then it just so happened that I got her. I was trying to do like some off meta retain build on my Mika, but like, yeah, that just kind of ended up happening, right? And then we also did get Bria too. So I do have 2 5-stars right now. I don't think I have any others. I think all the rest are just kind of like your generic ones. But again, even with the 4-star ones that I have, they're pretty solid. I'm missing a couple, but you know, with time, just like in any other gacha, you always will get those at some point, right? Now, the other thing is too, is if we go to the Ark City, I want to actually talk about the research facility. Now, I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but now my research facility, and I've actually had a couple of days where I've been able to farm with this node active. This one right here, where it decreases the new policy creation time to 300 minutes, has felt really, really nice. And so that's something that, like, as I'm like starting to push this, it really has reinforced like even like prioritization of what you should be buying in here. Like, I was initially just aiming for the friendship stuff, which I think the first week it kind of is like, you could buy this, right? Which I think you kind of should, just because you need to be pushing friendship level in order to unlock more of your guided missions. But when you get to the point of, like, I say like that first like full week, or technically second week for us, for the reset, this weekly limit, you buy this out every week, I feel like, until you complete your research facility. Like, it is something that I'm noticing is like really helping me a ton with getting more of those milestones hit for like the policy office for the specific what is it called? I think it's like the project information. Now, I'm not going to necessarily hit all the goals, but I know I am going to at least possibly hit 2 of them, which is pretty good. I think that still gives me A rank, which I'm not mad at. So it ends up working out. It's not bad at all. So yeah, that's like been something that's been pretty huge for my overall progression, is just like really pushing that mat so that I could build the research facility. Now, the other thing is too, and this is like one thing I wanted to actually talk about as well, with like just kind of updating you guys on some more of the stuff, like, and I guess even some future sight. Like, one of the things that I noticed, like, a lot of people have been asking me, like, you know, Zox, how do you get an OP build, right? Like, what does it take for you to get an OP build? And one of the things that I've been like kind of looking at, like, is a lot of people are trying to like, they're trying to grind chaos manifestation. I honestly would say, like, really, if you are at chaos manifestation, you do that for the time being, and then you shift right over into the zero system. But even more so, one of the things that I've really been trying to be more aware of, like this, oh my god, like, look at that juicy 90% chaos orb acquisition, not being too harsh with yourself on the penalties, but then on top of that, you also want to be playing in the nightmare mode. And yes, this is called nightmare mode. People have been trying to tell me that's not called nightmare mode. It is literally called nightmare mode. So you want to play with the nightmare mode on, because this, like right here, like going from a high to very high is going to completely change what you're going to be able to do with your build in that run. Now, is this going to be astronomically hard? Possibly, right? I will say, like, it is definitely going to be one of those things where you don't want to bring like some rink-a-dink combo. You really want to bring your best of your best combos. And then I would even say, like, what I've been doing is, like, once I've gotten because here's the other thing, right? And this is like a really, really important thing that I've been noticing. A lot of characters, because you're going to be starting from scratch every single time you do a zero system run or a chaos manifestation run. And this is why, like I said, like, again, potentials are huge because those carry over into every restart. But then that's also where memory fragments are going to come into play. Okay, because they also carry over into every new run you do. And as your build is developing, like, for example, as soon as I get 2 cost cards, it's over. Like, Ren is critting all day. Those stats don't go anywhere. So you always have those. It's one of those things where, again, like, when I'm looking at like how the game is played, and really what has made things easier is understanding that, like, things that carry over always are potential memory fragments. The things that you use for like simulation, stuff like that, is going to be like your save data. And then from there, you kind of like start to develop more of your teams. And like I said, always kind of doing like a carry situation. So that's what I kind of do. Like I'll run, Ren as kind of like my carry unit. And then I'll have these two, or even I would say Ren and Mika, or Mika with whoever really, because she's just that busted. So yeah, I feel like that really does help a bit. So if you're really looking to get the OP builds, it has to be done this way, right? Now, are you going to be successful at getting this every time? No, I really honestly wouldn't advise doing this until you're able to farm a good amount of chaos orbs. So if you have to do these at lower intervals, do these at lower intervals, right? Like, because upgrading is going to also help you out tremendously with being able to kind of counteract some of those penalties. Like if you're, for example, having all of your credits reduced, having the shop reduced in cost is going to make a huge difference for you. So like, it's like little things like that just, like I said, just kind of are going to help you out a bit. And it aren't going to make things so strenuous, right? Now, the other thing is too, if we actually go over to where is it at? The missions. Now I want to kind of talk about this a little bit. Battle mission, not really anything crazy here. Like I said, been really working on like just trying to clear up as much of this as possible, because I know some people are wondering like, how are you guys getting all this EXP? It's combination like this, and like I said, doing normal and then also doing hard. So I got to go in here and actually start working on 4 hard. But yeah, that's 400 EXP, right? Like I'm not gonna not get that. That is gonna be really good. And then on top of that, people are absolutely missing out. And this is one thing, just in case if you didn't realize it, it's a tip that I always forget to mention with the policies. Policies do have the ability to unlock extra stages for you. So yeah, that's been like another thing that's kind of helped me out quite a bit. So yeah, policies, extra stages come from that. So if you do see one, even if it is another one that might have better stats on it, always go for the extra stages, because that equals like more crystals, right? But yeah, all in all, I feel like really for what it's worth, a lot of this stuff is just kind of like really honestly taking your own time. Like I think as a content creator, obviously we're rushing content a lot more, but I really just want to be one of the few at least to say it. Don't feel the need to rush yourself. Enjoy the game, right? Like read the story, like really try to I mean, honestly, for what it's worth, enjoy the game. I mean, it's a really good game. And I feel like even like just in terms of gear, I want to show you guys that too. I haven't farmed a ton of gear yet, right? And I know that there's this emphasis, like you got to try to build everything needs gold, and it's going to happen over time. Like it's going to come. I'm, like I said, working and focusing on my potentials for my main 3 characters. Then I'm going to start focusing on their memory fragments. That's probably going to be what my farm is today. Because you do get bottlenecked. Like no matter what you do, you're 1,000% going to be bottlenecked, because and this is why I said this is kind of like giving you guys that foresight. When you go over to the potential, like I mentioned in that video, you're going to have to start leveling pieces with or leveling nodes with the Eye of the Wailing Prodigal. And then, of course, I can't even touch this side until I'm ready to uncap to level 60. So yeah, Shards of Condemnation, I mean, again, another thing that I just can't touch yet. So it's just so much that kind of goes with it. But I feel like all in all, this game is super free to play friendly. I'm just hoping that they continue to do a lot of the things that they're doing to provide more stamina, more quality of life, and that they really just listen to player feedback. So let me know where you guys are at. Like, are you still trucking along in the earlier phase of the game? Are you in the zero system? If you guys have any additional questions, make sure that you guys join my Discord. I will be active in there. And I also want to apologize too if I haven't been getting back to everybody. I actually, for those of you guys that are joining fresh, I am traveling currently right now. And I will be home sometime next week. So yeah, I will be like, a lot more visible. We will be doing a live stream as well when I get back. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, guys, that's going to be that with this one. Everyone, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.